My story's a little bit different than most. It's funny, people see what I do now, and a lot of people assume or stereotype, as I probably would, that I've always been one of these guys that came up kind of privileged and was able to jump into roles and jump into positions, and it's not the case. I grew up, my parents divorced when I was about 4, and we moved back in with my grandmother quite a bit. My dad was around, but not around type of situation. Between the ages of 4 and 16, me and my brother lived in 11 different apartments. Spent a lot of days getting off the school bus, not having a lot to eat in the fridge. I know we were on food assistance and welfare for a little bit, and I think it gave me an appreciation of what people in Middletown go through at times who struggle and who need things. So it was tough. It was kind of one of the things where you grow up and you never expect to be in this place. And my goals growing up, luckily God gave me a gift to be able to play some basketball. And I was able to go to play college basketball for a few years and got scholarship money to help me get there, or else I never would have went to college. At the time I went into college, I wanted to be a math teacher and a basketball coach. I had no desire to be a police officer, never even thought about it actually ever. I never really had any desire to do that. And then went to school. I had friends that took the police test. One of them had taken it for Middletown. He talked me into taking it. So I took the police test. I actually ended up getting hired at Butler County Sheriff's Office first when I was 20 years old. They sent me through the academy. And that's when I started realizing, man, this is something I might be good at. And I always said there was 2 things in life. The only 2 things in life I've ever was told was good at something was basketball and policing. And so that's kind of the route I went. When I see homicides in the city or I see shootings, I wake up and I'm like, man, we got to get this fixed, and it just pushes me every day to make sure the city's safe. And what keeps me going now is I have 2 twin granddaughters, Lily and Lainey. There'll be 3 this week, and I want the city to be safe for them for as long as they live here. And I think that's what pushes me, is just I want to make sure that they have that feeling of, man, that I did everything I could to keep them safe and keep this city safe. And that's my mandate, that's my job. I think that's what I was put here to do. So it's one of those things where fear of failure and just making sure that I do my job, that's what keeps me moving every day. But I think my purpose was to do this job, and the perception of Middletown was just so horrible outside of here. I'd go to Chiefs conferences or before that, and people would just trash Middletown about how bad it was and how dangerous it was, and I don't hear that anymore. I know people might say certain things about it, but I think my purpose was just changing the image of this city, and I think I've been able to help do that. It's not me alone, it's not the police department alone, but I think we're a big part of that, and I think that's my purpose, just to get us back to where we needed to be. We'll never be Middletown in the 50s, I tell people that. Jerry Lucas isn't coming back. It's a different world here, but we can still be a great Middletown, and I think that's what we're supposed to do, and that's what I'm here to do. And one thing I will add is people need to understand we're never going to be Mason or Westchester, so we need to stop trying to be Mason or Westchester. I don't mean that in derogatory at all. I mean that they're just different cities. Those are new cities. We're an old city with old traditions and generations of families and people, steel mills and things like that, and these other cities don't have that. So it's going to be a different culture and a different type of person. So people need to embrace what we are instead of trying to change what we are. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.